Shalom family. So this video is going to be completely different from my other videos. Um, it's more going to be just musings, ramblings, thoughts of me. Not sure if I'm going to upload it, but who knows. The reason why I'm making this video is because my husband, he makes videos, just basically talking about whatever's on his mind, and his videos are really good. This is going to be a video of me being completely transparent. Faults, ugliness, whatever. So, I deem my husband like the great researcher. Like, he researches everything. He's very thorough on things that he speaks on, that he does. And I admire that. I really do. Me, not so much. If I'm interested in something, maybe I'll research it. But if I'm not really interested in something, I'm not going to take the time to, look it up, study, whatever. I just probably really don't care. So a lot of times my husband will get excited about things that he's learning and stuff, and he'll talk to me about it, and I just feel so bad because sometimes I'm not with him. I'm not there with him. It's not something that's that interesting to me. And I feel so bad because, sometimes we just tune people out, and I hate that happens, because he was so excited about stuff, and it's amazing. He learns so much, he knows so much, he learns so much because he takes the time. Now me, on the other hand, I'm a little busy, and so I have more things that I have to do. Not saying that my husband isn't busy, because he works 12 hours driving trucks. But he has the will, the want to research things, So I just feel really bad, when he's excited about stuff, and it's kind of like I don't really care too much. But I'm finding that I'm watching his videos, and his videos are short and to the point. And I kind of like watching them, I'm learning stuff through watching his videos. I guess because when he's here with me in person, he can go off on a tangent. He can kind of ramble a little bit, lose my interest. He's not stuck on, So I was like, this is a great thing for people to learn. So I'm like, well, I want to do something where people can learn, or I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but I want to do something too, not as a competition thing, but I want to be helpful too, and what do I know? Because I don't really research anything. So the only thing I can tell you about is what I'm going through, right now I am a mother. I'm also a flight attendant. I'm a wife, and I am a woman who is, no longer in Christianity. I am, acknowledging myself as a Hebrew Israelite, as the people of the Bible, that the whole Bible talks of. And so basically all it is we strive to follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments in the Bible. And that's what I am. But I'm still a human being. I'm still real. I still, there's some things that, I'm not very helpful with. I can have a mouth on me. I have a temper. I can be very spiteful. I'm definitely very impatient. So impatient. I really, that's something I'm really bad about. But, one thing about me is I think that besides being passive aggressive, I really don't have too much guile about me. So I will tell you what I think, and it lots of times comes across badly. Like, my husband has to tell me all the time, you need to watch how you talk to people, even him. And it comes across as very disrespectful, and it probably is. But to me, I am saying what I feel without thinking about the consequences. And that's not always best. You have to temper your words. You have to think about your words, how they affect people. Because I know when people talk to me crazy, oh, I'm making a big deal out of it. You're going to know, but yet I do that to people. And that's something I need to work on. Um, Another thing I need to work on is that, you know, I'm so distracted and I'm not spending any time, really praying or reading scriptures. And whether you're a Hebrew Israelite or you're in Christianity or Catholicism or anything, you know that you have to feed your spirit. You know, you need to spend time with the Most High or whoever you serve. You need to spend time, speaking and learning. And I just find myself just so distracted. And I'm not even gonna lie, you know, sometimes I'm reading novels when I could be reading scripture. I'm watching Survivor or Abbott Elementary, which is a great show. I love Abbott Elementary. But I'm watching regular TV shows when I could be spending time in the Word or praying. And there's so many things that I could be praying about, that I should be praying about, But I find myself maybe sending up a cursory prayer, like a 2-minute prayer, and that's it. So I'm not feeding my spirit anything. I'm just, running on fumes, I guess. And I was blaming it on being a new mother, but like I said, when I have time, when the baby's asleep or he's calm and I'm just chill and he's in his swinger or something, I spend my time watching crap TV or reading crap books, just lounging around when I could be, in the Word, studying, feeding my spirit, And I find that I really lack discipline. And I've always had that problem where I lack discipline and I'm just not motivated sometimes. And the thing is that sometimes we'll get really motivated to do the things we need to do when something bad happens. When there's a loss or something, a big decision has to be made, then we'll come to the Most High. We'll pray and we'll fast and we'll read scripture all diligently, But as soon as whatever we want, as soon as things change and things get better, we get distracted again. And we forget how it was in the time of affliction. And there's a scripture about that, And that is something that happens to me all the time. And how do you fix that? You just simply, I say simply, but you just make yourself do it. I think you have to make yourself do it. But I really think there's more to it than that. Like, you have to have a hunger. Because if it's something you don't want to do, you're probably not going to do it. You may force yourself to do it a couple times. But if you don't want to do it and you don't like it, you're not going to do it. Now, I'm not saying I don't like reading scripture and I don't like praying and spending time with the Most High. But there's so many distractions in life. There's so many things that I like to do that I'm putting even over the Father, And I really need to get better about that. Not just talk about it and make a video about it, but I actually really need to, get in the Word and read something. But for me, sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Like, this is a whole Bible. Where do I start? For me, my favorite things to read when I don't know what to read is I'll pick whatever day of the week it is, whatever number day of the week it is, and I'll go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, and I'll read for that day. And that's cool, but I'm pretty sure I could read something else. But it's like other people, like my husband, he can start reading something and he got a whole lesson. He can make a whole lesson out of something he reads. But me, I read something, I don't get a lesson out of it. I just read it, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then that's it. I don't go any further. My husband, he goes further. He's, looking up the blue letter or the Hebrew of the word and all that stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. I just read. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. And then that's it. I don't go any further than that. Um, I think because growing up in the Christian church, that wasn't really something we did. We didn't like study. You know, pastor read a scripture, and that was it. You know, there's no like studying it and precepts upon precepts. Um, there was none of that. So I didn't get that until I came into the truth almost 6 years ago. And I had a really solid foundation when I came into this truth. But my old habits of not going any further than what I read still has stuck with me, to where I just don't bother to look any further. And I'm doing myself a disservice, I know, by not going further, you know? Um, because I'm sure there's so many things I could learn, so much more, deeper things I could learn if I would just apply myself, studying to show myself approved, you know? And I don't do that. So that's something I really need to pray about and work on, and actually just ask for hunger, and then have faith with some works. Works being crack open the book, pray, spend real time praying and asking. Because if I just say, oh yeah, I have faith that I can get in the word more and pray more, I have faith, and that's it. But my works is what's going to help me out here. I can have all the faith in the world, but if I don't have any works, I'm going to be right back where I started. Hoping, wishing, but not actually doing anything. So my works have to show my faith. The works being, okay, let's turn off the TV or turn off the TV shows, put on some worship music, and crack open that book. And pray and ask for some direction, and then read. And maybe sit there and read until you get something, you know? That's something that has to happen. So it's basically a whole thing of faith and works. They have to go together. You can't just have one without the other. You can't just be like, yeah, I have faith, and then don't do nothing. You know, my husband, he talks about that a lot, you know, especially with our people. How are you going to say, hey brother, you know, I'm praying for you, I'm wishing the best for you, I hope your situation gets better. I know that you're down and out, I know that you're low on money, I know that you're starving. Man, I hope the Most High blesses you. And then that's it? Okay. So you're telling this guy you have faith that the Most High is going to help the situation, but you don't put in no work? You don't, like, you have extra resources. You have a few dollars in your pocket. You have an extra meal on hand. How about you put your works into it and actually give the brother some money, some food? Don't just say something. Do something. It's another thing. Faith without works, it's dead. Because if you just say, hey, I have faith, but you don't do nothing, you don't bust a move, you're just talking. That's not really faith. You're just talking. You know? And, so, there's a lesson in that. So, that's what I'm thinking right now. That's my thoughts. I don't know, what else do I have? Yeah. That's what I got for today. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Shalom.